Through this webinar, I will be going through the sections of the latest release note and demonstrating how to use the new features within the system. We will start off with the migration of the ability to post journals in the main Just Account system from Silverlight. To do this, I will access one of my companies and hover over Books and click on Journals. So now what I can do in that is post a journal ledger. So what I'm going to do is the corporation tax paid. So I'm going to look for nominal 442, which is corporation tax. I'm going to deduct it from the bank nominal, 692. And I'm going to give it a description that's appropriate so I know what that was for. So I'm going to say corporation tax paid. For ease of use, I'm just going to copy and paste that into the next box. And then next, you just enter the amounts into either debit or the credit. So I'm just going to say it's £4,500, credit £4,500. And if I click save, that will then post it to the books. If you wish to add any other entries, you can click add entry, add journal entry, and this will include another line. So if you need an additional line or even more, for example, if you're doing a year-end process, you can add more lines to that. If you don't want them lines, you simply click on the little X's and that will close it. Also, if you don't want to do any FRS adjustments for you, make sure that this is ticked. So when you're happy, click save, and what the system will do will post this onto the books for you. And to see that, you can go onto your books transactions, and you will be visible in your list of your transactions. There's all my transactions. If I go onto the last page, I'll be able to view it. There it is, corporation tax paid. Or alternatively, I could search for the word corporation, and that should then bring up my transaction. There they are, they're actually being posted, and that will now affect the two nominals I selected in the journals. So I've debited 4,500 to 442 and deducted 4,500 from the current account. And that's it really. It's a really simple process. The next feature that we have done is actually in our umbrella system. So I'm just going to go into the umbrella system now. And one of the things we have done is now added the ability for you to import different timesheet templates that can be customized and maintained. If I hover over employees and click on import timesheet, what I'm going to do is choose a file that I know is different to what we used to previously use to import. So if I just show you how it looks. As you can see, the layout is a bit different, the wordings are a bit different, and this is what I'm going to be importing. So I've chosen my file, clicked import. What the system will do is realize that this is a template that it hasn't been imported previously. So in my template there, I'm just going to call this, for example, agency 123 layout, because I'm going to pretend that's who it's from. Select the date format that we use. And then basically it's just a process of mapping the fields to the fields on the Excel sheet. So I've got agency reference there, so I need a reference of a contract, so that's my contract reference. Second name, that is my forename, so on and so on. So once I go fill all this in, it's just a process of at the bottom, I click save, and then I will save the layout. And the next time I go to import that timesheet, the system would have realized that it's there, and it would then allow me to import it into it. Also, what we will have here is a button called templates. So if you select that, what would happen is you can actually see all your cross-company timesheet layouts and exactly how they've been mapped. So I'm just going to go back to the screen and click import. So what the system would have now done is it would have picked up that new customized layout that I've created and allowed me to post my timesheet in the system. And then after this, it's just a process of clicking import timesheet and approve, which will then add these timesheets. Another feature that we've added now is the ability to import expenses. Previously, you had two options. Either you add the expense on behalf of your employee or the umbrella employee added on their dashboard. However, now you can import expenses from a spreadsheet for your umbrella employees. So if you just click import, it will take to the import screen, and then you've got the option to download the template. What I've done is I've got a template already ready for us. Looks like this. So I've basically got the name of the umbrella company, the date of the expenses, the description, the net tax, if any, the rates rechargeable, and so on. So we just click save on that, and then I'm going to choose my file. So there's my webinar employee expenses file. Click upload, and that will then, so what it will do, the system will pick these up, associate to the employee, and then once you click apply, it will then upload their expenses onto the system for you. So if you've got tens, hundreds expenses that you need to import, you can do them with ease now using our import file. So now it's complete. So if I go over here, hover over employees again and click on expenses, what you will see is the two new expenses that we've just imported. So there they are. There's my number 1 and there's my number 2. And from there, you can just proceed as normal, like you would have previously with your expenses, approving them, and then obviously allow them then to be included in the next payroll. What we've also done is we've actually now allowed you to edit the username of your employees after they've been made a leaver. So if I click include leavers, I've got my employee at the bottom called Lever Leverson. And if I click on them, what you will see is that I've got the username as Lever1. But if I wanted to change that, I can now. Previously, because the person was made a leaver, there was no way of editing anything. But now you can edit the username. So if I click change, and I'm going to call this void, for example, void1. And all I've got to do then is click OK, and that will then change the username, even though I've made the person a leaver. So this is useful, for example, if you've got a username that's been taken off someone who's left you, or you've got a new employee coming in that would be benefit from that username, you can change it, which would then allow you to use that username again because it's freed it up for you. One of the other changes that we've done is also involve the import features. So previous release saw us update how batch changes works. It allowed you to upload employee changes. Again, you can download the template here if you wanted to. But what we've done now as part of the batch changes is we now allow you to add the pay rated employee change spreadsheet. If I just show you what that spreadsheet looks like. So now you've got the ability to change the period pay. So what this one is one of the employees on this system. So if I just go and navigate away from this and show you. So I've got my Legendary Limited Company. I'm going to go into the employees screen, click on Stephen Smith. As you can see, my regular payments, his pay is at £180 for his basic pay. But what I want to do is actually change that to 200. So again, you can do this for multiple employees, so it's not just for one, but in this example, I'm just using the one. I've got there's his national insurance number, and there's his pay getting changed to £200. So I'm going to go back to batch changes, hover over home, click on it, and then hover over home this time again and click on batch changes. I'm going to click on upload employee changes, and I'm going to choose the file I've just showed you. So I'm going to where it is. There's my employees change file. I'm going to click upload, and as you can see, the system's picked that up. It's telling me that I'm going to change Stephen Smith, £200. I'm going to click apply, and what that will do then, it will apply that change to that employee. Just going to wait till it's completed. There we go, to 100% now. So if I click home and go back to Legendary, click on employees and look at his regular payment, you will see that it's been updated to £200 thanks to that employee update import. While I'm in Stephen Smith, what we've also done is we've actually updated how the payslips work and generated, and now you have the ability to have employees titles on your payslip. So if I go into his payroll tab and click on payslip, what you will see is that you can now see on his payslip that Stephen Smith is a doctor. If you wish for us to apply this new employee's title onto your payslip, please drop us an email at demonstrations@justaccounts.com and we will update the payslip report for you. Lastly, one of the other changes that we have also brought out is now the ability to import invoice payments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these two companies. So I've got Legendary Limited and Mark IT Solutions. So in Legendary Limited, we've got an invoice outstanding number 12 for £1,800, and in Mark IT, we should have an invoice outstanding for £2,400, invoice number 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the invoice payments directly into the system. What it requires is a spreadsheet. So I've got import payments here, and all I need is choose my file and import it. The file is something similar like this. So you've got your company reference. So my demo 1 is Legendary, demo 3 is Mark IT. I've got the invoice date, the invoice number, the payment date, a description for the reference, and the amount. So there's my £1,800 from the first company, £2,400 from the second company. So now if I choose my file and pick my invoice payment one, click upload, what the system will do, we'll see that it's associated to that invoice number and that company, matches up the amount, and then it will post my payment stage for me. I'll just wait for that. So there it is. Once I'm happy, I click apply, and what the system will have now done is updated both them invoices. If I go to Legendary, so there's our invoice number 12. So if I press on that, what you will see is that its outstanding is now 0 because we've paid that off. And if I go on the payments tab, you can see that the payments is on the 20th. So the system has updated that invoice for us thanks to that import. If I go on to Mark IT Solutions as well, the outstanding is 2,400 because I haven't refreshed it. Click on the number, and as you can see, the outstanding is now 0 as well. And the payment date should be the 20th, and there it is. And I do hope that you have found this webinar helpful and enjoyed viewing it. The new features are all available to you now. And if you've got any questions regarding any of them, please feel free to drop us an email at demonstrations@justaccounts.com. And also, if you have any questions or any feedback, please also send an email to demonstrations@justaccounts.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day.